So Leelanand Prabhu or Lakshman Reddy, he is a Vice President of Finance, HR and IT Systems at Loran Group of Companies. And he has worked for IT industry for 22 years in many roles such as account manager, program manager, engagement manager. So he looks very humble and he always maintains that he's totally connected to the roots, but he's a very top person in IT sector. So he's the founder of Poonam Outreach, which was a very innovative program in 2015, an institution which he created to inspire youth and train them for changing business global needs. And he serves a congregation of 150 plus devotees in Gachibowli. So there are almost around 200 congregation members who he is a Siksha Guru, and he regularly takes classes and he takes DYS courses for them. And he has established this Vaishnav Seva Kunj, which we are enjoying from last 2 days. And there are more than 64 cows and bulls. 64, okay. There are around 64, exactly 64 cows and bulls here. And he was initiated by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and he's in touch with ISKCON from 2009. He had been in US as well. He had traveled a lot for his job, and his family consists of his wife, her case Anuradha Priya Devi Dasi Mataji, and children Parth and Hriday. And so as Prabhuji had also mentioned that his father is not keeping well, but still he has given so much time to us. He was very particular that, we had planned this program in May, but he was very particular that, better plan when I am around. He had a plan to go out of station because he wanted to be around and serve all of you. And we can see this program wouldn't have been possible without him. So, and personally, I would say that, first time I actually heard him was during the Maharaj Vyas Puja in our place, Sela, you remember? Ukatpalli. That was the first time I ever heard you. And I always, before that, I always had seen people, preachers, they would come, give a very serious offering and just leave. So that was the first time I actually came across a person. He made us laugh throughout the offering. He has a very great sense of humor. Then I was like, okay, bhakti mein enjoyment bhi ho sakta hai. It doesn't have to be always very serious and gambhir, right? So that was speciality. The youth are always so attracted by his lectures. I had requested him many times to give a proper lecture and session to all of you, but maybe he was shy because his wife is not around and he's surrounded by so many girls. So next time we plan with him and his wife Anuradha Mataji. She is also an amazing devotee. We had lot of good fortune to have interacted with her through Sakhi Sangha group. So she also gave us a DT worship seminar, workshop, and I was planning that. I will plan sometime with her. You all can learn proper DT worship thing. And these are their deities. This is their altar. Shri Radha Vallabhji, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, and Nitai Gauranga. So very beautiful deities. The entire congregation member, they come to this ashram and they have regular programs there. So Prabhuji is inspiring many people. I hope he inspires all of us, and we really need his mercy. And we are so fortunate. So, thank you so much. I am not getting the right words, I'm so sorry. But if we can just go on and on in his glories. He's so wonderful. Being in IT sector, you see, he is so connected to the roots. You would see such person with gadgets, always with gadgets, laptop, phone, ye, wo, aspas. But he is a very simple, down-to-earth person. So he has actually lived simple living, high thinking, and he's showing you the practice.
If my wife would have been there, she would have stopped you in the first minute only.
I got an introduction from your wife. So please loudly chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra as as a gratitude towards him for whatever he has done for all of us, and he is doing for so many more.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
And Prabhuji, we would just like to offer a small token of our appreciation, and I would request Her Grace Sakhi Radhika Mataji to present it. There is some amount for Go Seva, which most of them have. They have contributed to Prabhuji, and this is a small gift for Shri Radha Gopi Vallabha. This is for Radha. Thank you so much.
Yes, Prabhu.
You have a weird stand here. Sit down. Yeah. No. Maybe I should take this weight down this time. Yeah. Come down at this time. Okay. Hare Krishna. So we will do a small kirtan and get started. It's not a discourse or anything, don't worry. I was just asked to speak for a few minutes. Let's stick to that. And let's start with a small kirtan. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari श्रीनाथ जी की जय, गौर निताय की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे, श्रील प्रभुपाद ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कंचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So thank you very much for the opportunity given, Mataji. I was not prepared to actually speak. But because when I see all of you, I'm feeling so proud and so encouraged also. Proud because so many young Matajis are practicing Krishna consciousness, endeavoring to practice Krishna consciousness. And very happy because you all have chosen to come here. Right? And very fortunate to host all of you. You all are coming from wonderful families. Individually, I don't know your parents, but I can see they're wonderful people because they've sent you here. Right? So, I don't think I want to speak about Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita at this point. One, because I don't know. Second, because I think there are better speakers here. And anyway, that's scheduled for you. What I've been asked to speak by Mataji is about how we have to balance what we are outside and what we are inside. Right? So is that okay? We speak about that for some time? And again, seriousness has to be internal, not external with Krishna consciousness. In Goloka, we are only going to find happy people who will always smile. Can we all smile once? So we all will go to Goloka. If you see a devotee sitting there as a Gambhir, that fellow will never go. Krishna doesn't allow such people. It has to be, Krishna consciousness has to be, happily practiced. Rajavidya, Rajaguryam, Pavitram, Idamuttamam, Pratyaksha, Agamamam Dharmam, Susukham. Susukham. It has to be happily practiced, joyfully practiced. Susukham Kartum Aveda. Krishna is telling, I am not telling this, in Bhagavad Gita is saying, how Bhagavad Gita has to be practiced, happily practiced. Again, so devotional life should be filled with happiness. And happiness comes with relationships. Right? So I'll briefly tell how I got introduced in the most weird way in Krishna consciousness. So I was living in Boston with my parents. I was a core atheist. No way I'm going to discuss anything about God. And I will not allow anybody to discuss about God. Right? So anybody speaks about religion, I'm going to rip him apart. Not spare him like that. And my wife is a Brahmin and she practices not devotional life but sattvic life. I don't know why she married me, but so we happened to got married. We had 2 children. We were living in Boston, and by Krishna's mercy, I had a devotee family who came in front of our house. So literally bang opposite. Like those trees is the house and this is my house. So my wife came and told me. Actually, that Mataji, her name is Radhika Kripa Mataji, and her husband's name is Srinivas Acharya Prabhu. So she came and told my wife that we are conducting a spiritual class in the colony. Would you all want to join? So we were living in row houses. So there was a row house, and I came home and my wife told me that there is a spiritual class. We have to go. This Friday evening. I told I am not going to go to any religious classes. And because I told I will not go, my wife made sure that I went. Right? Just because I told no. So I went there, I sat down. Prabhuji was sitting down. I was an arrogant fellow. I am still arrogant. I sat on the chair. Right? Let him speak whatever he wants to speak. I will listen from here. ISKCON say ISKCON. I sit there. I just hear. So then Prabhuji, he started a class on anger management. So that was like a trick of devotees. They always find this nice topic and they get new people. So anger management, my wife wanted me to attend. So I said, okay, I'll start. I sat there, and the beautiful thing that happened is we were around 12 or 13 families, young families. And Srinivas Acharya was sitting on the right side and Radhika Krippamati was sitting on the left side. And they had a small child, Gaurang. He was hardly as old as your son right now, 2 years maybe. Yeah. And my 2 kids, they were 3 and 2 at that time, Parth and Hridhay. So something miraculous happened, which I had never seen in my life. What happened is he started singing with Kartal. Srinivas Acharya started singing Kirtan and Kartal. And Radhika Kripa Mataji started playing Mridanga. And little Gauranga got up and started dancing. You saw his son dancing today? Like that he started dancing. When I looked at that side, tears rolled in my eyes. That this is perfect family. I have not seen such a family in my life. I come from Nalgonda region. Anybody here who knows Nalgonda? Yes. Nalgonda region, and that too Nalgonda Reddys. Right? So the most, the Dasada, fallen kind of breed where we come from. Totally materialistic thinking. So for us, in our marriages, when husband, wife and children enter, the arena, wife goes to the left side, husband goes to the right side, children go to the front side. Right? Husband goes and sits around with drinks, alcohol throughout the marriage. Wife is talking about saris and I don't know, whatever else the discussion is going on, comparison. And God only knows what the children are doing. So that is the kind of family background I come from. I always, wanted to have a good relationship with my wife. even though we knew each other before. But for some reason, I was not happy in my married life. Because something was missing, some connection was missing. Okay, we are attracted to each other for whatever reason, we spent time together, we had children, something was missing. I saw that in this family, what was missing. What was missing is the common activity between husband and wife. Common place where they get together and have a good time. So how beautiful can it be that a husband is singing, wife is playing mridanga and the child is dancing? What can be more beautiful than this? And I only was looking at them and I was completely astonished. Then Prabhuji spoke about anger management, I didn't hear anything. I was fixed on my agenda, I'm not going to hear that. So then he spoke about Hare Krishna Mahamantra, I didn't hear that. Then at the end, he asked for feedback. He asked every couple, what did you like here, what did you like here? So some people are saying, oh, that thing you told about Bhagavad Gita shloka, Jayito Visho Pumsam Sangha Sampradayati Sangha. I was like, forget it, I'm not going to hear that. So then people are saying different things, and finally it came to me. I was the only person sitting on the couch. So he asked me, so what did you like? I told him that the most touching thing that I liked is the relationship between you and your wife. I told it, everybody was shocked, what am I speaking? The only thing I liked is the relationship between you and your wife. I don't know what you did in your house, whatever you did, I wanted. I don't know what you did. If it is Hare Krishna mantra, if it is ISKCON, if it is religion, I don't care what it is, but I want a same relationship between me and my wife. I want it. And that was my motivation to come to Krishna consciousness. Right? And after that, life followed. We had many satsangs. We had wonderful people coming in our lives. The likes of Gauranga Prabhu, Govind Prabhu coming to New Jersey. We used to travel, meet them. I was always the odd man out. I had my own set of questions and too many doubts to clarify. Science of Self-Realization was a course that Prabhuji was trying to take. Third session was about does God exist? He was supposed to finish in 2 hours. I made sure he finished in 2 months. So many questions I had. And he was so patient that absolutely without any hesitation or any irritation, he was answering all my questions. And the most wonderful part was the prasadam at the end of it, where Mataji would cook hot steamed rice, nice dal and avakai, the Telugu pickle, right? And at the end some curd. So curd de diya, Telugu wala finish ho gaya. That's it. Right? So we were very happy with that. So every Friday evening I was amazingly attracted, and my wife was happy. For the first time I was doing something that she likes, right? And we both continued in the Krishna conscious life. And then we went to different places in America. We had to leave that place and somehow came back to India. And here we are continuing to practice after so many years, because we don't think there is anything more happier than this. We can't find. See, if you want to come to Krishna consciousness, there is some criteria and qualification. For every job there is a criterion quality. You want to join army, you have to be a certain height, certain chest, right? Certain strength, whatever, right? In the same way, if you want to come to Krishna consciousness, you should be a party animal. You should be hungry all the time. You should know good dance steps. I'm not kidding. These are the things. If you are not a party animal, don't come here, because you'll have too many parties in Krishna consciousness. See, today morning I'm having a party here. Today evening we have 100 people in my house. Right? 100 people. Filled with devotees, and we'll have another party. And tomorrow morning I'm going to Warangal to attend another party. Tomorrow evening another party in that house. When I come back home, Tuesday evening we have another party in our house. Some devotees are coming. So you have to be a party animal. People call it party, we call it satsang, but it's the same, right? Where we have good relationships. Coming to Krishna consciousness, staying was a little challenging in between, because we have a different lifestyle when we become a devotee, isn't it? We don't eat some things. Looking at me, does it look like I don't eat some things? It doesn't look like it. So that's what I tell my relatives. They come and ask me, Indra, it dinava, onion dinava, garlic dinava, dinava, dinava. And those, I'm eating a lot, right? There's so much to eat. People go and tell, I went to this hotel, I had a 200 course buffet. I tell them every Kartik month I go to Gordon, I see 1600 items in the buffet. Show me a hotel where there are 1600 items, right? Last time when we were in Gordon Puja, there were 1600 items. It was madness. Right? And the last yatra to Mayapur, there were more than 1400 items. Only crazy people can eat like this, right? You have to be a party animal to be a devotee. Yeah. So, after coming to KC, I changed my office role. I was more into entertaining customers before, taking them to all, don't ask me where, but to keep them happy. So I was into management roles, then into sales roles. But after coming to KC, I said, no, I'm not going to sales role. Because I don't drink, I don't want anybody else to get drunk. And I don't want to maintain that. But that became an obstacle in my office growth. So what to do? So if I'm not going to do that, I'll not get a promotion. I'll not be able to grow. And in corporate industry, if you're not good at what you're doing, you're out. You have to be like a fountain, always on pressure, right? So then I'll share one incident where my boss told me I have to take this customer out. And the customer there was the most famous drunkard fellow in entire Boston.
Oh.
Right? So he is going to eat, drink, and he's going to get his big team. And there was a big deal we were going to sign, more than $2 million contract we were supposed to sign. And I was like taking all of them for the dinner. I was like the person instrumental in getting that contract there. I'm not boring you, right?
No.
Because I'm not speaking KC, I'm just speaking normal. Can I get a little glass of water, man? Yeah, you can give that paper glass. Sorry if yeah. So now the thing is that when I take the customers out, customer chooses which place he wants to go. I can't choose. I would have chosen some Kamath hotel, vegetarian restaurant, but he's not going to like that, right? So they chose the most, I can say the most contaminated, materially surcharged place in Boston, in Commonwealth Avenue, and that's one of the most expensive. That's one of the most expensive restaurants, where an individual cost, I'm talking about 2002, where an individual meal cost is more than 10,000 rupees if I have to convert it. Like $125 is one meal cost. And then they got like around 25 people. They said 25 people, and all of them are very senior people, vice presidents and big guys. Because they're going to sign that big deal. And I'm supposed to be the entertainer, take them to the restaurant and then bring them to the meeting. I did all my tricks to get out of that meeting, but nothing worked. Krishna made me go to that meeting. And I could not delegate it to anybody else. And if I don't eat, that's an offense. In America, in Western countries, if you don't eat or drink with them, it's an offense. But they do respect what we do. Now it's a question, what should I do? I'm practicing Krishna consciousness, and we don't eat many things. We only eat what is offered to Krishna. So what should I eat? And then I'm the host booking the table. So I called this restaurant and I told them that I'm from this company and I'm hosting this dinner, and there are going to be 25 people. So the restaurant fellow was so happy because 25 people never come to the restaurant because it's a very expensive restaurant, right? So then he was like, oh sir, you're bringing 25 people? Yes, we will arrange the whole suite and we'll arrange everything. And the bill was going to be more than $10,000, nothing less. And he already got the order for me. And they tell me what they ordered. Everything moving, they were going to eat, except aeroplane. Everything, right? Literally everything on the planet. And I had to order that. Then he asked me, sir, what about your order? I said, see, I don't know what I'm going to eat. I don't think I'll eat anything. I'll have a juice. Then the restaurant person said, no, sir. You tell us what you eat, we'll make something for you. Because I'm the host, I'm the person writing the check, making the payment. So I told I'll eat fruits. I'll eat some fruits, get some nice berries, like that I told. So okay, we'll make arrangements, so don't worry about it. So we came for the party, and the evening, the whole office people came, all Americans, women, men. They're all eager to eat their whatever on the plates, sizzlers, everything are coming. My thing did not come, right? So everybody started having their drinks and food, and I'm like, when will this get over? And I have to keep a smile and make sure to get the contract, otherwise I'll lose my job. So I was waiting for my fruits. I looked at him. I just asked for fruits. Fruits you can bring. He said, sir, we'll just wait. We'll get it for you. After 15 minutes, after almost everybody started eating, my fruits came. And what came was a big Titanic ship made of fruits. Right? It was almost like this big. Right? So they made a whole ship with people on them. People were all grapes. Right? And there was banana at the front, and the watermelon was cut like the wings. God only knows how they made that. So they brought that and kept in between, in front of me, right till there, and all these American people are looking at their plates in the ship. Actually, can we have that? Yeah, go ahead and have it. So they all had the fruits, and I had my fruits, and they almost left their plates aside, and just the ship was so beautiful. They were like at least 14 or 15 kinds of fruits on it, right? And they were taking one at a time, and they were adding some pepper onto it, and they were having it. So that day I actually understood that Krishna sent me a message that he is there. Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. He is going to give us the intelligence through which we can come to him. He will take care of everything. We don't need to do anything extra. We just have to trust him that he'll take care, be there, and see what happened. We signed the $2 million deal. Right? They were very happy. They were like, "Oh, the host is nice. We had a good time, and they could eat a whole ship." Right? So it was nice. So all I'm trying to tell you is, we don't have to leave our values for what we are told. Our Acharya Srila Prabhupada managed to maintain the highest values of an Acharya in spite of being alone in America in a This is too humbling. Yeah, so all I'm saying is we don't have to leave our values. And remember the story told by Krishna Nam Prabhu. How many know Krishna Nam Prabhu? From Chowpatty. A very famous speaker. And he's also a chartered accountant. I'm a chartered accountant, he's a chartered accountant. So once when he was visiting America, I asked him that, Prabhuji, how do you balance spiritual life, material life? How do you manage what you manage in office? Because they expect you to be a different person. So he told his own story to me. Later on, after this incident, he told that his boss, he used to work as a global corporate financial officer in Siemens. Siemens was a huge company then. Now, I don't know where it is, but at those days it was like one of the biggest mobile manufacturing company. So he was the global CFO of Siemens, not a small position. And he would never touch alcohol. And his boss was I think a German. And German people only drink alcohol, they don't drink water. So his boss always wanted him to drink. And he would always tell, no, I don't drink alcohol like that. And his boss would make fun of him in the office, like some kind of sarcastic fun. And Krishna Prabhu would always maintain his, good nature, and he would never say anything back. So at the end of his retirement, almost the retirement day of Krishna Prabhu, when he took retirement from the office, his boss actually came from Germany just for his retirement, which was not needed, unprecedented, but nobody expected that his boss will come. The CEO of Siemens, he will come, and he went onto the stage. Before going to the stage, he asked Krishna Prabhu, okay, today is one last day, can I have one last pick with me? At least one before we leave. Krishna Prabhu said, no, I'm good with my water, I'm good with my lemon juice, I'm fine with it. Right? And then everybody were expecting the CEO of Siemens to go up on the stage and speak something to ridicule Krishna Prabhu, which he always did. But for this time, for a change, he went on the stage and he praised Krishna Prabhu like anything. He said, if there is one person I've seen who has maintained his morals and his word, that is this person standing Krishna. Of course, material name is different, but just say that Krishna Prabhu. He's the one who maintained it. Even till the nth moment, he did not compromise on what he stood for. Right? What he ate, what he drank, how he spoke. He never changed it. And this is the integrity that I want to see in all my employees, like that, he told. So Krishna Prabhu was telling that Krishna is there in everybody's heart. And when we are sincere, Krishna will speak to the opposite people also sincerely. Right? He will speak to them, saying that don't insult this person, he is a sincere devotee of mine. And trust me, I have seen many people who externally look like they are not favorable for devotional life, but when they see us practicing sincerely, they always come and respect us. Not that we expect respect, but Krishna within their heart makes them respect us. And some kind of sukriti they'll get, and someday they'll start going to satsang also. So we don't need to compromise on what we are doing. At the same time, we need to be happy practicing what we are doing. Don't look morose, right? Don't look like given up. Don't look like frustrated in devotional life, right? We are not. How many people in Hyderabad got up 3:30 in the morning and danced at 5 o'clock in the morning, right? And sang like this and had nice prasadam and still sitting here, played with the cows. How many people did that? Tell me. How many people had this experience? Nobody. My mother dances in every satsang. She likes to dance. And all our relatives tease her that, you have left us, you have gone to Krishna consciousness. You see, when we come to Krishna consciousness, 50% relatives leave us. Remaining 50% we leave. So 100% gone. So we practically lose. Not that we want to leave them, but it happens because we don't share the same habits. But that's okay. But they leaving us doesn't mean they don't respect us. They will call us. When they are in the most troublesome hour, they'll call you, all of you. And they'll ask you to pray for them. Because they know that we are good at praying. We always pray, right? All the time we are praying. Like that. So we should not give up what we are, and we should be happy practicing. I met this wonderful devotee. His name is Jagannath Ram Prabhu. He lives in Australia. And he gave me another dimension of Krishna consciousness, which really changed the way I should practice. I met him in Yatra, in Kartik Yatra 2013 in Vrindavan. I met him. So he told me he lives in Australia. I think in Sydney he lives. So he is the captain of cricket in his office. He teaches music classes to children in his colony, and he is the one who arranges big festivals and big get-togethers in his entire society, and the most jovial person around, and a devotee who practices 16 rounds, right? And also preaches, and he manages like multiple satsangs, more than 200 people, he serves them. So when I spoke to him, he told me, I asked him, Prabhuji, why do you have to teach people cricket in your office? That's not needed. He said, Prabhu, I like cricket. And he's a practicing devotee, 16 rounder, happily, serving so many. But he likes cricket. And he likes to be the captain of the team of his office. Right? And all the children in his society come to him to hear music lessons. He's the most active person. He said, Prabhu, devotee means somebody who is happy, who is always making everybody happy, and people want to come to you. Right? Devotee means the best employee on the floor. Devotee means the best player in the team. Like Krishna says, I am the Arjuna among Pandavas. I am Kartikeya among the Kshatriyas. I am Meru among the mountains. And devotee means the best among all. And we should be. If we are studying, we should be best at our studies. We should be first in the class and show this chanting wala and say, this is what made me first. This is dikha do. You can say that, and that will encourage people. Set an example. Devotee doesn't mean I will stop my studies, the average marks are okay. I will not do good at job, little salary is okay. Nahi. We should be the best at what we are doing. One of my Siksha Gurus is Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhu. I told him that I am going to start a business. I thought he'll tell, Prabhu, why business? Keep a simple life, simple living, high thinking. But simple living, high thinking doesn't mean that you should not earn more. He said, Prabhu, you're starting a business, at least 2 crores donation in second year. ये क्या बात कर रहे हैं? ब्रह्मचारी? He said, yeah, you should earn. You should earn for Prabhupada. Right? We should go to highest positions in society for Prabhupada. Doesn't mean that, oh, I'll become materialistic, I'll not do this, I'll not do that. No. Krishna made Priyavrat Maharaj take up the highest position on the planet in Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? He was retired. He was brought back from retirement. He said, now you rule the entire planet. His own grandfather Brahma told him that your father Manu is not in a mood, you should take up the kingdom again. But in which case, he did that. Prahlad Maharaj ruled the planet for Manu's time. Right? Dhruv Maharaj ruled the planet for many, many thousands of years. Dhruvaloka. We all devotees have to do our path. We have to be good example in the society. Devotee means multi-skilled, active, enthusiastic. Isn't it? Very, very enthusiastic. Where does Krishna say about enthusiasm? Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridaprata. Determined and enthusiastic. That is what we devotees should be. Not dull people. If somebody will tell me what should I do, ठीक है तुम रहो वहीं पे रहो, यहाँ मत आओ. Right? My temple president in Boston, he told me, Prabhu, if you can't inspire anybody, get out of this temple. That was a strong statement for me to hear. He said, if you can't inspire anybody, get out. ISKCON doesn't need people who doesn't inspire people. At least inspire yourself and inspire others. Right? I might be sounding very tough on, but people were tough on me like that for what I've become. Right? For what I'm still trying to become rather. So we have to be inspiring in the society. We have to be the best people in the society. People should say, ISKCON devotees means Pakka devotees. Really good people. Yeah. And our parents should be proud to present us in front of others. See, parents are happy if we get good marks. That is the first thing you should give it to them. That is the least thing you should give it to them. Le lo. Khush raho. Le lo. First grade, second grade, le lo. No problem. Allow me to go to my camps. Allow me to do my chanting. Krishna will help. Don't worry. Krishna will help. If you really tell Krishna, I want to practice Krishna consciousness, get me first rank in MSET. He'll say, first rank in MSET, le le. That is the least thing he can do, isn't it? Yeah. For us, when we are practicing Krishna consciousness, whole world becomes favorable to us. Everybody gets call on their phone. Do you need personal loan? We get call on the phone. Lakshmi Devi calls. Do you need funds? For serving Narayan, do you need funds? Paisa bhag ke aata hai piche. How do you think we are taking care of this place? If I tell you the number of what is the amount it costs to maintain this farm, the way it looks, you will be shocked. But we never ever bothered about that situation because always there is somebody to take care of it. Krishna sends somebody. I'll tell one instance and I'll wrap up here. Once I was struggling, I kind of did a wrong decision in life. Many decisions I've taken wrong. But this was one of the decisions. In 2013, I stopped working. 2014 rather. I said I'm going to do full-time preaching and I'm going to study Bhagavatam. I'll not go to job. And so my wife was very understanding. She tolerated me and she said, okay, you can stay and do whatever you want. So 6 years I didn't work. And in that 6 years, I developed this place, Vaishnav Seva Kunj, and I was trying to develop some congregation, and all that is fine. Then one time came when we had a lot of cows here, and I was collecting funds to feed them. And this month, I was short of money. I was short by 50,000, and I had to pay the shop fellow because he supplies dana to the cows. Now, if I don't get that 50,000 rupees, I cannot get dana, and dana is almost over. So day after tomorrow, dana has to be here. The last dana available is tomorrow evening. And the people here called me, Saab, get the dana. And I'm short of 50,000. Whom should I go and ask? Should I ask devotees? They will give. If I go and announce it, I'll get it. But that's not the way. And I actually started feeling, where will I get this money from? 50,000 sounds like a small or a big, I don't know, account to where you come from, but at that moment it was a big amount for me. So then I was wondering what should I do. Then one of my friends from America, he called me saying, I just now sold my parents land and I need to buy a flat. And I was like, what have I got to do with it? And what will I do? You sold your land, you buy your flat, why are you calling me? Then he was like, no, you know a builder. I actually know a builder. So he is selling flats where he even accepts a certain amount of, mixed way he accepts money. That's something, the flexibility that he gives. So he told, can you introduce me to the builder? I said, see, I don't have time because my mind is filled with the 50,000. Where will I get the 50,000 from? And I have to get it by tomorrow. And that has to go to the shop, Dana has to come. Then I told him, okay, tomorrow afternoon I'm free, but after that I'm not available. You want me to take, I'll go and introduce. So I took him there and I told him, this is my friend, here is my friend, you both talk to each other, you sell your land, you sell your flat, whatever you want to do, I'll go. So they both sat down and they somehow strike the deal and he bought that flat, a very expensive flat. And so very expensive flat he bought, and the person, he got a good price, the seller got a good price, he was very happy. Then I said, okay, you both are done, ho gaya? Should I go now? And he told, no, just stay, you made us buy and close the deal. I just want to give a token of appreciation, not that I'm doing the brokerage or anything, but here is a 50,000 again.
Oh my God.
I didn't expect it. I was just sitting, making him and him meet. I didn't even go for a brokerage or anything. He was my friend, he was my friend. I said, just talk to each other, figure it out. And he became happy. He just exactly gave 50,000, not 50,100, not 49,900. 50,000 bundle he gave in my hand and I said, Lakshman, thank you. I was desperate to sell this thing and you got the right person. I finished the deal. Then I understood how Krishna takes care of his cows. Right? Because the cows here are hungry, he made one person to fly from America to come here to buy a flat. And he made me go there and sit and do what I'm supposed to do. Right? All I'm trying to tell is, you don't have to change your life or you don't have to mend your, or put extraordinary effort to, we don't have to do atyahara, prayasascha. You don't have to do extraordinary endeavor to become Krishna consciousness. You just have to trust in Krishna. Most important thing. And continue doing your duties and know that He will take care of it. And He will make sure that everything comes and falls into place. There are many, many instances like that which happened here, to maintain the cows, how things are going on, to maintain the congregation, how things are going on. I'll end with telling one very important thing which will help you in your Krishna consciousness, is that try to find a good friend in Krishna consciousness. We all need a friend. Right? A friend has to be within your group or outside your group, doesn't matter. But a friend is needed. Because a friend is somebody who will understand what we are, what we are going through. Everybody else will judge you, but your friend will not judge you. Isn't it? So we all need a friend in Krishna consciousness. No matter how senior you are, no matter how junior you are, I have a very good friend in my Krishna consciousness. He knows me in and out. Right? And whenever I do a mistake, I go and talk to him. I cry with him. I fight with him. Right? He tolerates me. I tolerate him. And that's what makes Krishna consciousness a joyful affair. Right? Samsit, is that, no. Samsit Tosham, everything we do for Krishna. But Savay Pumsam Paro Dharmo, To Bhakti Radokshi, Ahoitaki Aprahiyata, Yatma Prasidati. You will find that happiness when you find that friend in Krishna consciousness. You have to find friends. Right? We are devotees means, it's at grave, no friends, we're devotees, Vaishnava relationships, Vancha Kalpa. ठीक है बाबा, सब रहेगा. But I also need a friend. Friend is very important. Right? Because a friend, if he happens to be a devotee, you are the most luckiest person on the planet. Through that friend, Krishna will give you what you need. To that friend, you can go and tell, today has been a very difficult day. My rounds were really bad. Right? My chanting is not up to the par. I'm not able to read that much. But the friend will support you, saying, no problem. Chalo, I will sit with you and chant. Right? Or I will sit with you and discuss a topic that you can't understand. Right? I will sit with you, we'll both watch the pots. Right? I'll sit with you, we'll both do kirtan. right? And the lowest of the times when life will put you into a place where you actually go through the most darkest side of your life, medically, emotionally, relationship per se, your friend will always be there with you. I went through some very difficult times in my life, and during that time my friend was there. And I'm so fortunate that in our satsang, we are friends first, devotees next. First we are friends. We take care of each other, and automatically we are devotees. Devotee means everything. Devotee means a friend also. But sometimes people have a conception that devotee means something very unapproachable or very fixed and rigid in certain things. It is true also. But at the same time, devotee also has to be a friend. Again, our most dearest friend is Swayam Krishna himself, who forgives us all the time. Can't we forgive our friends if they do anything wrong? Can't we forgive our friend if they just deviated from the four regulative principles? Can't we forgive our friend if they suddenly could not chant 16 rounds? Can't we forgive our friend if they, by mistake, showed up a habit that they left, but the habit came back? We can forgive. Because we are forgiving, so they will become better devotee. And you will act on behalf of Krishna to give them the love and affection that people care for. My Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, always says, we need only two things. We need somebody to love and somebody to be loved with. Right? We want to be loved by somebody. So find that friend. In this retreat, maybe the next retreat if you have not found so far. But find that your friend is sitting right beside you. That Paramatma is sitting right beside us. Right? And then you will enjoy Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness has to be joyfully performed. Pratipadam Purnamrita Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. Everyone is saying the same thing. Practice it happily. Practice it joyfully. Practice it with full life. Right? Practice it in such a way that looking at you practice, people will get attracted to Krishna consciousness. That, hey, I want to come to your place. I want to do what you are doing. Like Srinivas Acharya Prabhu did to me in my life. Right? How nicely he was singing and how nicely his wife was playing Mridanga. Right? You should be such families. And being a Mataji is a much higher responsibility than being a Prabhuji. I am not just saying it. Once when Mataji asked my Guru Maharaj in a temple lecture that, Maharaj, there are so many rules for women in scriptures. Why there are no rules for men? And Maharaj told, that's because men are hopeless. There is no point in keeping any rule. So women have a big responsibility. It is explained that if one man becomes bad in his consciousness, only his generation is messed up. Manusmriti says this. If one man becomes contaminated or he doesn't practice a good life, only his generation is messed up. But if one woman becomes contaminated, 21 generations are messed up. That is the power of a woman. Because you hold everything together. Whole family is holded by you. All the relationships in the family are holded by you. Much, and from your birth itself, you have taken birth to take care of another whole tree of family. Right? You actually represent a whole tree of family. Not only your children, your children's children, children's children. Whatever culture you imbibe, it will go for generations. Right? So it's a very big responsibility. And you all coming to Krishna consciousness and studying, you're going to get into good professional jobs, businesses, or you'll be a nice housewife, taking care of your family. Either ways, you're going to play some very important role. And you being in Krishna consciousness is the hope for the society. If it was a boys' camp, it's okay for me. But Mataji's camp is very, very important. Okay? Because what Amrita Mataji and Mataji, you and everybody are doing is a very, very important thing. That unfortunately for some reason is not in the focal point in ISKCON. Which I always feel why this is not being, I'll not say supported, it is supported but not heavily discussed, propagated, that is the right word. But this is amazing. You are very fortunate that you have such Siksha Gurus like Mataji's here who are doing these activities, who are coming out of their comfort zone Don't think it is easy for them to come out of their family responsibilities to do what they are doing here. Isn't it? It's not easy. So a lot of sacrifices have gone behind it. They have to keep everybody happy to come here to do things. I can make everybody unhappy to come here and do it. That's being a man. But a woman has to do so much more. Right? So please utilize every moment of this camp as a moment of sacrifice by your seniors for you. And please share this with others. I was taking so many videos, I hope my mobile will stay alive until I download what I have recorded. The reason is, I want you to show something nice to others. Show something nice what you have done here or anywhere. Right? This is the world of showing. This is the world of spreading. This is the world of going viral. Right? So why not go viral on Krishna conscious messages? Why not go viral on kirtans and nice pictures and some encouraging festivals? Isn't it? If you know what to make it viral, even I have something to make it viral. Isn't it? So I really pray to Lord Krishna and Srila Prabhupada that His special blessings are there in all of you. And please pray for me and my family. And if you see I have drifted away from Krishna consciousness, you see me on a road, don't ignore me. Please come and remind me that I have to chant my rounds. Because I need friends. Right? And we need friends who will help us when we are in the darkest times. Hare Krishna. Dandavata. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। सखी संगा रिट्रीट की, नो नॉट सखी संगा, गर्ल्स बॉयज रिट्रीट की जय। हरि बोल। Like what they want.